roughly the consistency of honey. So if you pull the honey out of your refrigerator, that's about the consistency of it. And, you know, if you think about putting honey on a spoon, that's how viscous it is, yeah. The hotter it is, the less viscous it would be. So if we wanted really runny glass, we'd just heat up our furnace. Glass is a really cool material because you can kind of control the viscosity that way. So she's going to build this up in layers. Every layer that we put on, we call it gather, because it's just this process of gathering glass onto the pipe. And I mean, if you've ever watched somebody make a candle by dipping it, you just dip the wick in wax and you dip it and you dip it and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. That's the same principle. We're just taking a molten liquid and just kind of piling it on layer by layer.
Oh, cool.
There are lots of different ways to apply color. What she's using is what we call frit, which is essentially little pebbles or little gravel. And you can buy that in every color of the rainbow. You can buy transparent colors, you can buy opaque colors, and you can buy special colors that they call reducing colors, which tend to be very shiny. You said it was tar green and silver blue? Silver cobalt. So she is going to use the silver cobalt. Anytime you hear the word silver, that's because there is some silver in the chemistry for the color, and that's going to be the shiny stuff. So we actually will be taking advantage of that. We want something a little better size.
And that's a wood piece right there?
These are wood, what we call blocks. And they're kind of big spoons. We buy these in all kinds of sizes, but they're basically just a big wooden spoon. We keep them wet all the time, and keeping them wet keeps the wood from cracking, and also we actually build up a little layer of steam whenever we put it on the hot glass. We're actually riding on a little cushion of steam, so we're not burning the wood out too quickly. But they are really disposable tools. Over a year or two, you'll burn through it and provide them. The wood, yeah.
How long do you leave it in there? You look for a color change or you're counting?
She's looking for movement, basically. It's unfortunately you can't always say it's going to be 5 seconds. It depends what you did to it and how long you were out of the heat initially. So what are you doing there? Starter. More glass to come, or this side?
First I was thinking this would be it, but I think I might be able to do it more, yeah.
Trips are fun. We're good audience listeners.
Okay, come out of that, blew out a little bit?
Yeah. So she did a little trick that we call blowing and capping. She actually blew it in the pipe and then immediately put her thumb on the mouthpiece. So what she did is she actually trapped a little bit of compressed air in the pipe. But if you wait long enough, the heat in the head of the pipe keeps that air up and it just expands. So you actually blow without actually actively blowing in the pipe. And it's just a cute little trick that...
Can you actually see when it gets hot enough, do you see the glass move, or it moves that slowly?
No, I mean, you need to be watching for it, but you'll see it. You'll see this change shape a lot. And Brindle's going to be making a bowl or sort of a high, basically a high bowl. Bowl or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So not a bowl like that, but more like a bowl like that.
Unless it, starts swapping around and then we'll just spin it out.
You want to know how to make a plate, so if we get desperate, we may end up making a plate.
Yeah. Now I have to let it get cool so I can go back in there and get more glass.
Right. So glass blowing is always this game of getting hot, getting cold, getting hot, getting cold. Of course, cold for us is 1,500 degrees, and hot it's over 2,000, but we're a little warm that way.
Just leave it to the heat of this room to that water dry
Just
out.
with too much glass, we just dump off a little bit of it. And that's just a bucket of water, so it doesn't burn the floor, basically. So that it color glass.
Zip for glass, I'll see how even my color is, and it'll probably be different color. If I have any wild spots of blue.
So right now we probably have maybe a ping pong ball size air bubble in the middle of that. Probably may not even be that big right now. So keep in mind that mostly agave glass, and maybe there's a little air bubble inside of it. And in this parking style, I'm going to be the one who does most of the blowing, which is not intuitive, but the reason you do that, it's much like pottery. You want to get your hands on it, you want to be able to manipulate the shape. And the best way for that to happen is for somebody else to be at the end of the blow pipe providing the air pressure. And she's going to be down at this end manipulating the shape.
You're a glorified bellows.
I'm a glorified bellows, yeah.
Huh?
What a lovely set of bellows she is. I got
Slab steel. Nothing special about it. But the reason to use it, as you can see, the minute she touches down, it changes color.
Oh, wow.
What that is we're changing temperature.
Right.
So we're intentionally cooling the piece down. And by intentionally cooling parts of it and keeping other parts hot, that really affects the shape. It's about 4 sheets of wet newspaper, but it's wet newspaper.
Any particular newspaper you like, N&O, New York
I'm
Times?
going to tell you, it does matter.
Oh, yeah.
Wall Street Journal is our favorite.
Really? Why?
Well, for 2 reasons, but one of them no longer applies. The Journal used to have no color.
Ah.
Metal tool, we call it jack. It's another shaping tool.
Full wax on there is nice. Squealing is because my jack single wax on it.
So we actually use beeswax as a lubricant on the top of the piece. This is the top, that's the bottom right now. And she's using this jack tool. We're actually putting a little score line at the top of the piece. We call that jack line.
I know.
And I'm just sitting here with this wood paddle, just protecting her.